My name is Mike Bath, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion, which is an unusual place to be once you recognize it. So on our board here, we have our discussion from our last video, and we'll go through a slight review and then move on to a brand new topic. So this is what we talked about. You can't make any free, independent decisions. Now, how does that happen? Because in the egoic world, we know we make independent decisions through the conscious mind as part of the illusion, and that's a myth. That's a myth. So when you look at the idea closely that you can't make any free, independent decisions, it should become obvious that all your decisions are based upon influences from other areas within the egoic world. And the first thing we found out discussing this is that everything is interconnected in the whole universe. Now that might be, you might say, oh, that's a long way away. I mean, you know, people in New York affecting me here in Michigan can't happen because I believe I make independent decisions. Well, when we start breaking that down and finding out that we're interrelated through the cosmos, when we get close to home base, close to home, we have the same problem. And the first thing, this in the middle here represents you, and you are influenced all the time, every one of your decisions. And you make decisions moment by moment, thousands, hundreds of thousands, decisions per day. And as a caveat, they're all turned into memories, and then they're stored someplace, but not in the brain. A discussion for another time. So environment is a great determiner of influence on how you make decisions. And we went through a lot of different little scenarios, like if oh, I'm going to cut the grass today, and you open the window or the blind and you say, oh, it's raining. Now you're influenced, do it later. Also, religious beliefs and background cause you to make different decisions. They influence how you make decisions on a moment-to-moment basis. So all of these around here, all of these around the central you, are influencing how you make your moment-to-moment decisions. And the upshot is you can't make them independent. All of them, all your decisions are influenced by other things in your life, both consciously and unconsciously. And some of them you know them, and some of them you don't know. Now, in the last video, I forgot to put up a reference in the Course in Miracles. So I'll do this in the review, so you kind of get an idea. And this is what A Course in Miracles says. Decisions are continuous. That's what I said. And they said the same thing. You do not always know when you are making them. That's what we've been saying. And we checked with AI through Google search, and up to 95% of the decisions that you make on a daily basis are made by the subconscious mind before you are consciously aware of them. Sometimes milliseconds before, sometimes up to 10 and more seconds. Your subconscious mind, which carries all your beliefs, your values, your experiences, your moral judgment. It has all that information, and it has the input information from your senses behind the conscious mind is making decisions. Boom, boom, boom. Now, how does the conscious mind, what does it do? It rationalizes the decisions to you, why you made that decision. And because the conscious mind speaks your language, you will believe that it's the conscious mind making the decisions and not understand the system, the most fast and complicated system that is going on behind. And that's what we talked about. And of course, there's much more, so do take a look at that, and I'll reference it up here. And now we got to rush on to our next topic now. And this is our subject for today. And let me read it off the board. When we start with manifesting. So we're going to be talking about how to use manifesting. Energy is the currency that makes things move. Energy is the currency that makes things move. And you can't destroy energy, and you can't make it. So all the energy there is and will ever be is here right now. And it's a dynamic force that penetrates everything in the universe. So that's what we're going to talk about. And we have to do a little background, a little history through AI and Google search. So just to clarify, we asked AI, is everything ultimately energy? Straightforward question. And here is her straightforward answer. Yes. According to many scientific and philosophical viewpoints, everything in the universe can be understood as a manifestation of energy. Everything in the universe is a manifestation of energy. So let's see where that takes us. First of all, I got a lot of stuff on here, and I don't want it to look too chaotic, so I'll go through a little explanation before we go on. Representing two different things. Here's you over here, okay? And here is the infinite field of everything. This is where all the energy is. The energy that comes from this infinite field. What else do we call this field? The all, the everything. It's all there. All the energy there is here, and all it does is change form. Everything is here. And this falls into the normal understanding of manifesting, that everything is out here. Everything that you want and everything you don't want is here, vibrating within this infinite field of everything, which is basically many different interactions of different fields, different vibrational fields. And so everything is here vibrating at its own signature frequency. That's all here. So over here, we have to look at you. And we will start down here in this corner, because what you have right now, the world that you have, the belief system that you have, everything that you have is vibrating at a frequency. I call it frequency 1, just so we keep things straight. So frequency 1, you're vibrating and you are receiving from this infinite field. It's here. What you have here is vibrating here, and you are drawing that to you because you're vibrating at the same vibration. You are in resonance. What you have now is in resonance of what you have manifested. So you have brought this energy from this infinite field right into here, and you have the world that you have now, for good, for bad. That's the way it is. And you're in resonance with it. And you will continue to get this until you break the resonance that you have with this field out here. Now, how do you do that? See, here's what you want. What you want, it's also here. It's also here, but you want it. But here's where you're at. You're never going to get that. No matter what kind of techniques you use, you're not going to get this. Why? You're not in resonance with it. You're not vibrating with it. You're vibrating with what's out here in vibration 1. And that's your life. That's what you're bringing, manifesting. Because you manifest your life. The life that you have now is something that you manifested. And I'll put I have a playlist on manifesting. So I'll put that up there. But there's different videos in there. So you'll have to go through them and see which one fits your particular need. But in our presentation here, I want you to get the idea you're not going to get what you want. If this is what you want, it is vibrating at a different frequency. And you have no resonance with this frequency from this point of view. Now, these are not going to change. What you want, it's vibrating at a certain frequency, and it's not going to change. Why? It's vibrating out here in the infinite field of everything. If it changed, if it moved towards what you are vibrating with over here, it wouldn't be what you want. And if it comes into resonance, it'll look like just what you have. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get what you want. You're going to get what you have. So here's where you're at, here, over here now, and here's where you want to be, at here. Now, energy. So I got energy up here. You have to change. It is you that has to change to come into resonance with what you want. And if you want to stay here and not change, and you expect this part to move towards you, to come into resonance with you, it won't be what you want. It'll be what you already have. This is not going to change. It's you. It's you that needs to change. Raise your frequency up to what you want. So that's the difference between what you have and what you want. So when you come up to this frequency, frequency 2, now how do you do that? How do you change your resonance? What determines your frequency of what you got right now? Your life experiences, your beliefs, your values, your moral judgments, all that kind of stuff, filtered through your input. See, because all this stuff is out here. When you take the information in, you filter all of that stuff out except what matches your belief system. So you're never going to come in resonance with this, because you'll filter everything out except what matches your belief system. And what matches your belief system? What you already have. So you have to change. What do you have to change? Your beliefs. Have to heal the past. Have to let go of what you don't need. There's all kinds of techniques that we've already talked about to raise your vibration up to what you want, because this is what you want to be here. You want to be here. This is where you want to be, vibration 2, and so that you will be in resonance with what you want. And then you get it. That was Einstein said that. I don't have the quote because I didn't quote it on my information. But basically, he says, when you match the resonance of what you want, you can't help but get it. It's not philosophy, it's physics. So that's basically what he said. Now, what else do we need to find out here? Oh, energy. Energy, it permeates the whole universe. So what is it? And I asked the question, so I'll ask it again of AI here. Is energy a relationship between other things? Is energy a relationship between other things? If you got something cold and you put it next to something hot, or you dump cold water into hot water, there's a change in the relationship there, and you'll get lukewarm water because it changed. So this is what she says. Is energy a relationship between other things? Yes. Energy can be understood as a relationship or interaction between things. So that's what this is. That's what all of this is. That's what all of these things out here, from the only energy there is, and it's transforming. It's all time moving. Nothing rests. Everything vibrates. And that's life. Now, when you begin to know how that operates and begin to recognize that it's you that has to change, then you can bring yourself into resonance with what you want. Basically, you have to be the type of person that will resonate with this. See, where you're at right now, where you're at, you're not in resonance with what you say you want, which is another subject all by itself. What do you really want? Oh, I want stuff. I want money. I want prestige. I want new job. I want new relation. I want stuff from the outside physical world so I feel good on the inside. Now, here's the thing. Down here, I have this. This is all non-physical. None of this is physical. It's all unmanifested energy. Out here, unmanifested, and another term I use is it's unmanifested and it's meaningless. Now over here, as you get what you want, you turn that meaningless energy into meaningful things for you. So it is you that is in charge of the life that you have. Now, we don't want to believe that because if you go to other sites that talk about manifesting, oh, they have so many things. They don't talk about change, you changing. They talk about, oh, I can manifest anything in 2 hours, maybe 3 at the most. And I don't have to change. I don't have to do nothing. I just have to think happy thoughts and everything comes to me. Illusions happen in so many different ways. Why? Why would we believe something like that? You've been living this way for 10, 15, 20, 40, 80 years. Now you say, oh, I want to manifest this. And I got this train going down the track, because that's what I have. This train is going down the track for 80 years. And now, in 2 hours, or 2 days, or a week, I'm going to get what I want. Do you think the universe is stupid? This is all out here. You can get it. But you have to do something. And that's why my approach is so difficult, because you don't want to do nothing. You want, oh, I can just do it in 2 hours. I'll just relieve myself, and by the time I get back, I'll have whatever I want. It's energy. You have to transform this energy into this energy. Or you can stay here. You're the creator of your world. And you can have the world that you want. But you're going to have to change. You have to transform the energy that you're using now into where you want to be. Oh, this is a tough life, tough world. You've been living this way for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, 80 years. And it's appropriate, if it's not working for you, to change. But This isn't going to change. It's you that has to change, unfortunately. That's why I don't get a lot of play on understanding this and people watching my site, because they want to manifest in 2 hours, 2 days maximum. I haven't got any more time than that. If I can't do it in 2 days, there's something wrong with the whole system. Now, let's see what a course. I mentioned something else. I didn't put it on here. So, and it ties in with this. Again, it's another question of AI. Is energy required before something can move? Is energy required first before something can move? Yes. Energy is required to initiate motion and to change motion of any object. Any object. So what's an object? Object is anything that you can see, touch, or perceive with the senses. And did I say the way I asked that? Oh, no. Okay. See, touch, or perceive with the senses, and that has a relative stable form. Objects can also be the target of thoughts, feelings, and actions, and they're non-physical. This part is all non-physical. So it is the non-physical that is really driving the physical. So what's the Course say? What's the Course in Miracles say? Mind cannot be made physical. This can't be made physical. Okay? But it can be made manifest. Now that's why I'm talking about manifesting. It can be made manifest through the physical, this is your world. If it is uses the body to go beyond itself. If it uses the body to go beyond itself. It's not physical. Thoughts, concepts, ideas, manifesting itself is not a physical process. We want to make it a physical process, but it is non-physical. And this is all energy in a non-manifested form. So to change, it's you. You got to change. And when you do, as you start the process, it'll be very slow. And in the beginning, it'll seem like a lie if you use manifesting techniques. And as you do it, as you start to change, as you start to transform this energy into this energy, it goes quicker and quicker and quicker. How many days? Who knows? Usually you can do quite a bit of manifesting in 30 days. That's how long it takes to change a habit if you work at it. It's not that long. But do look at that other playlist on manifesting to give you some idea how to use manifesting techniques. And have fun with it. That might be your first affirmation to be happy in the process. Oh, there's much to talk about here in the illusion. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time, right here, as always, in the illusion.